For all of you on-time people, we're going to get started on time. So welcome to our webinar today. We're going to be discussing the best ways you can attract candidates when you're hiring. Technology is playing a bigger and bigger part, but there are other tools and ways you can bring in more candidates, and we will be discussing both. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Jackie Grenay, CEO of SevenStar HR, a full-service hiring and HR consulting company. Kim will be monitoring questions and comments in the chat, and we will take them at the end. So let's get started. I want to start with the why. Why should business owners prioritize attracting top quality candidates? This seems like a given, but the reality I have seen is, especially when starting a business, the focus is more on fill the spot, not on getting quality talent. If that applies to you, we're going to be talking about the reasons. If you understand what the reasons are, bear with me. First, it gives the business a competitive edge in the market. From them being these great employees, you will get valuable expertise, innovative ideas, and a strong work ethic, which can elevate the overall performance and productivity of your organization. These candidates are more likely to meet and exceed performance expectations, leading to improved business outcomes. They bring fresh perspectives, unique insights, and diverse skill sets to the table, leading to new ideas, problem-solving approaches, and innovation. Attracting top candidates also enhances retention. A players want to work with A players. So when you hire talented individuals who align with your values and goals, they're more likely to stay engaged and committed to their roles, reducing turnover rates and associated costs like recruitment, training, and lost productivity. Okay, so now that we know the why of why we're having this conversation, I wanted to talk about the current job market, the modern job market. It presents challenges we did not have in the past. And in order to choose the best tools, you need to understand this market. The job market has become highly competitive with limited pool of qualified candidates available for certain roles. This has been caused by low unemployment rates, industry-specific skill shortages, increased job mobility, retirement of baby boomers. All these have intensified the competition that you're finding in the marketplace. Because of the supply and demand issues I just mentioned, the job market has shifted in favor of job seekers, giving them more options and bargaining power. Skilled candidates also have multiple job offers and can be selective in choosing their employers. This places really the burden on you to create compelling business value proposition to attract and retain quality candidates. Job seekers have higher expectations when it comes to their work environment benefits and company culture. They seek opportunities for growth, work-life balance, purpose-driven work, and a positive employee experience. You must adapt your recruitment strategies to align with these evolving expectations. Millennials, who right now occupy 35% of the US labor force, and by 2025, every four employees will be millennials, are the reason that you're going to have to adapt. These are the things that they demand. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the adoption of remote and flexible work arrangements. Many job seekers now prioritize remote work options or hybrid models that provide flexibility and work-life balance. We gave it to them during COVID, and they don't want to give it back. If you offer remote work opportunities, you're going to have a competitive advantage in attracting candidates. Diversity and inclusion have gained significant prominence in the job market as well. Candidates increasingly seek employers that prioritize diversity. If you do, again, you're more likely to attract top talent and create a competitive edge. The traditional methods of recruitment, such as job boards and online job postings, are really evolving. So we're going to talk through all of this. So I mentioned a hiring brand is important. What is a hiring brand? You certainly know, or hopefully know, what your product's brand is, and your hiring and your company needs a hiring brand as well. So what makes your organization unique and attractive as an employer? You need to determine the key aspects that differentiate your company, just like when you're selling your product, from others, and these would include things such as company culture, your mission, vision, values, career development opportunities, work-life balance, benefits, and any other compelling factors that you can come up with. This forms the foundation of your brand experience. Once determined, you need to make sure that this is what you feel, that it really aligns with your actual employee experience. You need to craft a clear and compelling message that communicates your employer brand consistently across various channels, your company website, LinkedIn profiles, not only yours, but also your key employees. People are looking, they are judging whether you are the kind of person and company they want to work for. You want to highlight your EVP and key differentiators in your ads, in everything you do, so that it's all really cohesive. As you prepare with everything, as with everything else, you're going to get better results. Let's talk about your ad. This is a really big tool that you need to use. It's not a job description. It's a marketing piece to get you the most applicants. So you've got to look at it in that way. When you write an ad, you're trying to convince someone that they're going to like being at your company and working for you. Remember that 70%, or you may not know, of people apply on their phones. So keep it short and terse. Get the details in that you need, but don't make it this whole long deal. Put in things that will make the job sound interesting. You know, I'll tell people when they're looking at hiring an administrative person, don't be talking about filing. That doesn't make it sound like anything that anyone wants to do. What types of clients the company serves, and all about the great culture you have. Include the salary and benefits. If you're someone who prefers putting, and I've got a lot of people in the hiring we've done who said, I want to put in salary based on experience. Understand that now, if you're using Indeed, they're going to put a salary range in for you. I suggest that you put in the one you want and not the one that Indeed has guessed is the salary range. You can do a lot of working for candidates, and if the salary is low, you won't get anyone to respond. Details, people like to say, start talking about their company at the beginning of their ad, and really details about the company always should go last. Details about the that they're going to be interested in, the actual benefits they're going to receive, and the salary and so on should be in the first place. Before you put that salary range in, however, you need to do some research. Again, technology is great in being able to do this. Salaries have changed dramatically, so if you don't set the range correctly, you're unlikely to get the best candidates. Here's some of the places that I have used. ERI is one, or Economic Research Institute is what SevenStar uses through their effective hiring program. And we use it because it gives us the ability to put in geographical and longevity information and get salary ranges by percentile. We use this if we're doing a hiring project, so we know if our client has set the price too low and whether we're going to fail in being able to get them someone because of that low price. Pay scale is one that you might use, as it allows you to act as if you are the employee. I like this because I've used it quite a few times and have many jobs according to pay scale. Don't use the employer button on this if you use pay scale, and you won't have to pay for this analysis. So that's really great. It gives you a salary, bonus, benefits in a bell graph, so you can see how likely you are to hire at the salary you propose. I usually say, and you can see the graph on this slide, that you want to at least be at the 50th percentile, at the top of that bell graph. If you're on the left side of the graph, on the lower side, you're going to have trouble. And if opposite, if you're on the higher, it's going to get you more people. You can also look at other ads to see what people are putting in. Since Indeed now requires a salary range, I'm not sure if this is the salary range their client put in, but it's certainly a range that you can see what other people are putting in. Last in the preparation is a suggestion to benchmark what are the behaviors that this person needs. Do they need to be detail oriented? Do they need to be a team player? Those kind of things. What are the things that drive them? You want them driven by money? Are they a sales rep? If so, that would be a good thing. Do you want them to, if you are in a not-for-profit and you want them to be driven by helping other people, okay, that's a good thing. And soft skills are all those things, interpersonal things that people have. To prepare yourself for this, what we suggest you do is prepare key accountabilities. And if you want, you can go on the Effective Hiring website, and in the resources section, download a free form with directions to accomplish this. It'll help you develop the key accountabilities for the position, rank and weight those key accountabilities, which I say are the 5 measurable things that if your employee did them well, you would not fire them for any reason, right? Come on, let's go here. Okay. On top of the salary, benefits and perks are tools that you need to use to bring in candidates. I've listed some of these here that you might want to consider. You know, healthcare and wellness. If you're going to put those into your ad, that's really great. If you're going to offer 100% or 80% or something that is out of the usual, make sure you put that into your ad, because that's something that will get people interested. Flexibility in this workscape is highly desirable. So remote work or flexible work or compressed work weeks can, meaning 4-hour work weeks, even with 10-hour days, can significantly attract candidates seeking a better work-life balance and increased autonomy over their schedules. Providing opportunities for professional growth and development, especially for millennials, is really appealing to candidates who value continuous learning and can attract candidates who seek to enhance their skills and advance their careers. Benefits such as performance-based bonuses, employee recognition programs, and annual rewards or incentives can attract candidates who appreciate a culture of acknowledgement. So again, you would want to include that in your ad. Offering benefits and programs that support work-life integration can be appealing beyond the flexibility. This might include initiatives such as parental leave policies or child or dependent care support or employee assistance programs. Make sure if you're in, there are some states now that have employee benefits that allow them to buy a little bit of insurance and then be able to take time to deal with family issues. Differentiating your organization with unique perks can also attract candidates. So some of the unique examples I've come across have been wellness stipends. You know, if you give them money to join a gym or whatever, on-site fitness facilities, childcare facilities, commuter benefits, paid volunteer time, company retreats or trips, and other creative offerings that really differentiate you from the competition. So let me talk, next step is using tools that can help post jobs. So job boards is what everything is now. So think of a job board as a list of posted jobs. There are 2 types. There are native job boards, and those native might be Indeed, LinkedIn. The ones we use to post native are those: Career Builder, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor, Google for Jobs, Facebook for Jobs, LinkedIn for Jobs, Job.com, and 10 others. So using an applicant tracking system that can actually do all those postings is really great. And I'll talk to you a little bit about some of the other benefits in a moment. Specialty job boards are available for different job categories like finance, healthcare, IT, and sales. They may have some specialties. You can have specialty job boards on hiring from a specific pool of candidates. I have people who love to hire ex-military, and so there are military job boards like ihiremilitary.com, or if you're going to want to hire diversity candidates, there are job boards for that. Sponsored or boosted ads puts you closer to the top of the list. Remember, that's what a job board is. And the more you pay, the longer the time you're at the top of the list. You know, it used to be that Indeed, $250 earned you 10 days at the top of the list in Indeed. No longer. 10 jobs per second are being placed on Indeed. So you know you're going to be moved down to the bottom of the list quickly. To offset this, we use programmatic recruiting. You may not have heard of it, but you've really experienced it. If you've looked for a pair of khakis online and everywhere you go, you see khakis, them trying to sell you khakis. Well, programmatic recruiting is an approach to that automated approach to job advertising that leverages technology and AI and data to increase the reach and efficiency of your efforts. Programmatic recruiting often involves real-time bidding, where ad space is bought and sold in automated auctions going on behind the scenes if you're using programmatic. This allows bids on ad placements based on specific criteria such as demographics or location or job type. And so it's interesting. We've heard a lot of talk about AI lately. This is an AI process that continuously learns and improves based on performance data. And that performance data is how many people apply for a position. First, clicking on it, how many people do that to see what it is, and then how many people apply. It can also include the retargeting strategies, just like I talked about, not only the bidding, but if a candidate shows initial interest by clicking on the job, but doesn't complete the application, the technology will chase them on the internet, just like it chases us when we're buying those khakis or thought we wanted to buy those khakis. So let's talk about that applicant tracking system and why you should use it. Well, I talked about saving posting time, obviously, and that's great. It also will manage the programmatic, can manage your programmatic. If the job board has programmatic tied into it, and it's mobile friendly. You want to make sure if you get an applicant tracking system that it is that mobile friendly. It's great because it keeps all applicants online. All communication between you and the applicant, emails, even text, can be kept where everybody can view, which means if you have multiple hiring people, managers for a position, that everyone can see what's going on, make comments about the ads. You can automate the interview process so that you're legal, meaning everyone is asked the same question. It connects to your website and Facebook or LinkedIn if you have a company page on either of those sites. So this is a great technology to be able to use in your hiring. Okay, employee referrals. This is a real popular and a method of hiring people. There's some pros and cons that I want to talk about, especially when you're starting out. There may seem more pros, but as time goes on, maybe some of those pros become cons. So let's talk about that. Employees who tend to refer individuals who believe they would be a good fit for the company may more have the necessary skills and qualifications, because that makes sense. Can't see me around here. Referrals from existing employees have the advantage of candidates understanding and fitting into the company culture, since they are recommended by someone who's familiar with the organization. There is a higher employee referrals can significantly reduce recruitment costs and time to hire by tapping into their employees' networks. So that's a really good thing if you don't want to spend money to do the hiring. Referrals have a higher likelihood of staying with the company long-term. When the employees refer someone they know, they are more likely to have a clear understanding of the job requirements, and this can contribute to higher retention rates and lower turnover. When employees refer someone, whether they're their supervisor or not, they become more invested in the success of the referred candidate. So that's great. It can foster a sense of camaraderie, teamwork, and positive work environment. So all good. So the cons of employee referrals is it can rely solely to one candidate pool, your employees. So your employees often can become homogeneous. I've been in some places where all of the employees are Asian, or they're all Polish. I've been in another one, or all Hispanic, because they're all coming from that same location. So relying heavily on employee referrals may result in missing out on candidates with unique skills who are not connected to the current workforce, and employers may overlook talented individuals who could bring valuable contributions to the organization. So what are the takeaways of this presentation? One is, because of the current job market, you must realize traditional methods of recruiting aren't going to always work for you. Understand that hiring is almost 24/7 activity, and you cannot post and wait a few days to review applicants who have come in. Candidates move quickly, and you don't want to miss out on a good candidate. Technology is important, and some of it should be used, but you must understand that there are new AI laws. This includes things like not using automated interview processes that make yes or no decisions based on a video interview. You should be asking companies you use to assess candidates to give you their adverse impact studies. Now, these are studies that make sure there are no statistical differences in whether a protected group, and that goes according to the law, different races and creeds and ages and sexes, make sure there are no statistical difference in that group as to whether they do well or don't do well on the assessment. Do men or women or different racial backgrounds do better than others? This is what an adverse impact study reviews. Make sure you do the prep work. Know the current salary of the position you are hiring. Realize for many, the benefits you provide are just as important and sometimes more important than the salary. Understand that you are being judged by applicants. So you need to review your online presence as if you were a candidate. This includes looking at your key employees, LinkedIn profiles, and your ratings on Glassdoor and Indeed. Make sure your values are represented on your website. Your hiring brand is just as important as your selling brand. So, any questions? This is really kind of crazy. We had crazy updates at the end, so this is what we're getting. You can check us out here, and if you want the latest HR topics, sign up on the SevenStarHR blog for our on our website for our blog. And Kim has put the next link for this webinar in our chat. And are there any questions, Kim? I'll get back on the screen.
I'm just grabbing the link.
Okay.
I almost put today's link in there. That wouldn't have worked. Okay, I have loaded the link for the next webinar.
Okay, and it looks like we have, is there some questions? Is there a specific ATS you would recommend? We've used quite a lot of them. I think if you take the specs that I gave, we like Jazz HR is one that we like, but there are others that are good as well, and some of them don't cost you any money. So you want to take a look at all those benefits and make sure that that fits. Anything else that anyone has? Questions? Okay, well, thank you all for attending. We appreciate it and look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Take care.